My dear friend, it's so good to be here with you. Right now, just take a moment to breathe. Let yourself arrive fully into this space. You don't need to rush. There is no pressure here. This is your time, sacred, quiet, healing time. I want you to know that whatever you're feeling, whatever you've been going through, you are not alone. Life can feel overwhelming. At times, it may seem like prosperity is something far away, something others have, but somehow just out of reach. But I want to tell you something very important today. Prosperity is not a destination, and it is not reserved for a chosen few. It is a natural flow, a loving river that is always moving. And the moment we choose to tune into its rhythm, it begins to respond. It may not show up all at once, but like sunlight through a cloudy sky, it finds its way in. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to earn worthiness. You are already enough, and everything you need to create a life of joy, of peace, of prosperity lives inside of you now. Sometimes the only thing we need is a gentle reminder of the truth, and today that truth is this: gratitude is the door, and visualization is the key. These two beautiful forces work together like a loving pair of hands shaping the clay of our lives. One softens, the other forms. Gratitude helps us see what is already good. It quiets the noise of lack and fear, and visualization helps us form the image of the life we are ready to receive. If life has felt heavy lately, if the mind has been clouded with thoughts of not having enough, not being enough, not knowing how to move forward, this moment is a soft invitation to pause, to listen, and to begin again with grace. There is so much love available to you, so much support, so much abundance waiting gently, patiently, just outside the door of doubt. And as we begin to notice the beauty that already exists, no matter how small, we begin to open that door. The universe doesn't respond to force. It responds to love. It responds to openness. It responds to gratitude. You don't need to change everything today. You don't need a big breakthrough to start feeling better. You only need one thing: willingness. A quiet, simple willingness to say, maybe it's possible that things are working out for me. Maybe prosperity is not far. Maybe it's just waiting for me to notice what is already here. Let's start there, with a breath, a softening of the shoulders, a letting go of the pressure to fix it all at once. Life loves you. And when you begin to see through the eyes of appreciation, the whole world begins to reflect that love back to you. You begin to see colors again. You begin to feel inspired. You begin to trust your path, even when it's not clear, because something deep inside whispers, you are on your way. So if you've ever felt behind, or like you missed your chance, or that abundance is reserved for others, take a gentle breath and let those thoughts fall away like autumn leaves. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, and from this very place, prosperity can grow, not by pushing, but by allowing. Now let's talk about this beautiful gift called gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a nice feeling. It's a powerful energy, a magnet, a quiet, joyful way of saying yes to life. When we feel grateful, even for the smallest things, we shift. It's like turning the dial on a radio. Suddenly, we begin to hear a new song, a sweeter one that reminds us how blessed we already are. Think of gratitude like a gentle breeze that clears away the fog. When we are caught in fear, in comparison, in lack, we can't see clearly. But gratitude lifts the veil. It helps us remember what's good. And once we remember what's good, we begin to attract more good. Life mirrors what we focus on. It always does, not as punishment or reward, but as response. Life listens to our energy, not our effort. And gratitude is one of the highest energies we can offer. Start small. You don't have to feel grateful for everything all at once. Sometimes just noticing the warmth of the sunlight on your face can be enough, or the sound of laughter in the distance, or the softness of your own breath. These moments, these tiny whispers of beauty, are the stepping stones back to prosperity. When we give thanks, not just for what we have, but for what we are becoming, the world responds. Doors open, ideas arrive, help comes in unexpected ways. Gratitude says, yes, I see the good, and life says, here's more. It's that simple and that miraculous. There is a sweet power in saying thank you, even before the blessing arrives. That's true trust. That's the heart of manifestation. To say, thank you for the prosperity that is finding its way to me now. When you begin your day with this spirit, the day unfolds in harmony. When you close your eyes at night with this feeling, your dreams begin to guide you toward inspired action. Gratitude is not passive, it is creative. It is fertile soil, and from it, everything you desire can grow. The mind will try to return to worry, to the story of not enough. That's okay. Don't fight it. Just come back. Again and again. Come back to thankfulness. Come back to the breath. Come back to the knowing that something wonderful is working for your good. You can even create a gentle ritual. In the morning, before reaching for the phone or turning on the noise of the world, place your hands on your heart and say, thank you for waking up, for another chance, for the stillness, for the potential. And if nothing else feels right to say, you can simply whisper, I welcome peace today. I welcome joy. I welcome abundance in its perfect form. Each thank you is a thread in the beautiful tapestry of your life. Each thank you is a spark that lights the next. Gratitude multiplies because it expands your awareness, and when your awareness expands, so does your receiving. Now let us gently shift something very important. It's time to reframe the story that there's not enough. It's time to stop feeding the thought that things are scarce, that opportunities are missing, that money is hard, that life only gives to certain people. These are not truths. They are habits of thought, and just as they were learned, they can be unlearned. You may have grown up hearing words like, money doesn't grow on trees, or be realistic, or life is a struggle. But those are someone else's beliefs. You do not need to carry them anymore. You are free to write a new story, a gentle, generous story, one where the universe is always offering, and you are open to receive. Scarcity often begins in the mind, not in reality. It's a lens, not a law. And when we change that lens, the picture changes. So instead of saying, I never have enough, try softly saying, I am learning to see how rich I already am. Because richness is not just numbers in a bank account. Richness is the love in your life, the kindness in your heart, the way you smile, the freedom to begin again. These are real treasures, and they multiply when appreciated. The truth is, many have been looking outside for the proof of abundance, waiting for the raise, the check, the miracle. But here is the quiet truth. When you begin to feel abundant inside, you unlock the outer shifts. Life mirrors your inner world. That is where the power begins. That is where the transformation starts. So today I invite you to begin a new practice. Something simple and beautiful. Each morning, write down 10 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big. In fact, the smaller the better. A warm cup of tea, a smile from a stranger, a quiet moment alone. Let your heart lead. Let your soul remember how rich your life already is. And as you write, let yourself feel it, not just as words, but as warmth in your body, as light in your chest. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about seeing the sacred in the ordinary. And that shift from waiting to receiving is where miracles begin. Your life is responding to your focus, your words, your energy. So gently, consistently, lovingly, choose the frequency of gratitude and watch how it grows, watch how it heals, watch how it transforms. Because the more you bless what you have, the more blessings come. The more you appreciate, the more life gives you to celebrate. This is not magic, it is alignment. You are not asking the universe to do something against its nature. You are simply aligning with its truth. And the truth is, you are meant to thrive. You are meant to feel joy. You are meant to live in harmony. Gratitude is your way home to that knowing. Gratitude is the light that leads you. Keep walking in it, and all good things will unfold in divine time. When we begin to shift our attention to the beauty that already exists, something within us softens. And from that gentle space, we open ourselves to one of the most sacred tools we have, our imagination. Visualization is not just about seeing pictures in the mind, it's about creating a feeling within the heart. It's about tuning into the emotion of the life we want to live, even before we see the outer evidence. When we feel prosperous inside, when we let the body and heart taste the joy of that life, we begin to move in harmony with it. You see, the mind is always creating. Whether we do it on purpose or not, we are visualizing every day. Worry is a form of visualization. Fear is as well, but so is hope, so is joy, so is trust. So the key is not whether we imagine, but what we imagine and how we feel as we do. Visualization becomes powerful when we let it rise from a place of love, not desperation, from peace, not pressure. It is not about forcing outcomes, but about aligning our hearts with the experience of already receiving. Imagine holding a soft brush, and each thought you paint is part of a bigger picture. Some strokes are light, some bold, but all are part of your canvas. You can choose to dip your brush into colors of doubt and fear, or into colors of joy, warmth, and trust. The picture forms either way. But when we begin to paint deliberately, with love, we create a life that feels true to who we really are. Try this, even for a moment. Close your eyes, place your hand gently over your heart, and breathe. Now feel, not just see, the experience of abundance. Feel the peace of being supported. Feel the joy of giving freely. Feel the safety of having what you need. Let this sensation fill your body like sunlight streaming through a window. That feeling is your signal to the universe. That feeling is your invitation to all that is waiting to meet you. You don't have to control how it all happens. You don't have to figure out every step. The power lies in the feeling, in the state of already having. When we live from that feeling, even if just for a few moments a day, we change our energy. And as our energy changes, so does the world around us. Opportunities begin to appear. Ideas arrive. Encounters unfold in ways that feel like beautiful coincidences. But they are not coincidences. They are reflections. Allow visualization to be soft and gentle, not a demand, but a whisper. A conversation between your soul and the universe. A moment where you say, "This is who I truly am. This is the life I am ready to receive." You can do this anytime. Before sleep, in the quiet of morning, while walking or resting. Let your imagination be a sanctuary, not a struggle. A garden you return to for peace, where every flower you tend becomes part of the life you are growing. Now, my friend, Let us speak gently about something that lives quietly in many hearts, the feeling of not being worthy. So many carry this old belief like a stone in their pocket. Am I allowed to be prosperous? Am I good enough to receive? And I want to say with all the love in my heart, yes, 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 you are worthy. Not because you did something special, not because you earned it, but simply because you exist. You were born worthy. Nothing you have done or failed to do can take that away. That worth is your divine birthright. But sometimes, life experiences and old voices have covered that truth, and it is time to uncover it, to remember it, to feel it again. When we do not believe we are worthy, we unconsciously push away the good that is trying to reach us. We delay the joy, we postpone the blessing, we doubt the gift. But the moment we begin to shift that inner belief, even a little, the gates begin to open. Worthiness is not a prize. It is a state of allowing, a state of saying, I am open to receive. I am enough as I am. I deserve a beautiful life. If this feels hard to say, that is okay. You are not alone. Many have been taught to feel small, to shrink, to believe that asking for too much is selfish. But prosperity is not selfish. It is sacred. It allows you to live with ease, to share with others, to create freely. It is not about taking from anyone. It is about aligning with the fullness of life. I invite you to try something that can be very healing. Go to a mirror, look gently into your own eyes and say, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of prosperity. I am worthy of joy. At first it may feel uncomfortable. The voice of doubt may rise, but stay with it. Repeat it softly. This is how new beliefs are planted. This is how healing begins, not with a shout, but with a whisper that becomes stronger each day. When you say these words, you begin to reprogram the mind, the body, the energy field around you. You begin to live in a vibration of self-respect, and life meets you there. Life responds to the frequency of your worthiness. And when you treat yourself with love, with kindness, with grace, prosperity flows more easily. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. Even when old fears return, you can gently say, that was an old story. I choose a new one now. And with time, the old voice grows quiet, and the new voice, your true voice, becomes the one that guides you. You become your own best friend, your own source of support, and from that foundation, miracles grow. Now let us expand our vision of what prosperity truly means. Often, we hear the word and think only of money, but prosperity is so much more. It is a fullness of life, a richness that includes time, love, peace, beauty, and wellness. When we see prosperity through this larger lens, we begin to notice how much we already have. We begin to realize we are already living in a field of blessings. There is prosperity in a kind word, in a warm meal, in a peaceful morning, in a moment of laughter, in the freedom to dream. These are not small things. These are treasures. And when we honor them, we align with the greater flow of abundance. Sometimes we miss the blessings because we are looking in only one direction. We are waiting for the bank account to grow while overlooking the sunrise outside our window. But life is always offering prosperity in many forms. When we open our eyes to all expressions of abundance, we become more receptive. And the universe, seeing our openness, sends even more. Let us say together softly, I see prosperity all around me. I welcome it in all forms. I bless what I have and open to receive more. These words are not just affirmations. They are invitations. They are pathways through which new good can arrive. When we appreciate all forms of wealth, relationships, health, time, rest, inspiration, we begin to create a life that is truly rich, a life that nourishes the soul, a life that feels whole. You don't need to wait until everything looks perfect to feel prosperous. You can choose to feel it now, in the breath, in the stillness, in the love that flows quietly through your being. And as you do, your outer world begins to reflect that richness. Because prosperity is not just something you chase, it is something you become. You are already more abundant than you know. You are already surrounded by gifts. And the more you notice them, the more they grow. The more you bless them, the more they multiply. That is the gentle truth. That is the path of real prosperity. And it begins always in the heart. Now that you are beginning to see the beauty that already surrounds you, now that your heart is remembering its worthiness, you are ready to do something very powerful. Let go. Let go of the need to know how it will all come together. Let go of the idea that you must control every detail or timeline. The truth is, the more we try to force our blessings, the more we block their flow. Prosperity, like love, cannot be pushed into place. It must be welcomed. There is a lovely rhythm to life, a divine timing that unfolds perfectly when we learn to trust. But trust can feel difficult when we've been disappointed before, when things didn't turn out the way we hoped. And yet, if we look closely, we'll see that some of the most beautiful changes began just after we let go. After we stopped gripping so tightly. There is wisdom in surrender, not in giving up, but in giving over to something greater, wiser, more loving than fear. You may not see the full picture yet. That's okay. You are not supposed to. Your job is not to control the outcome. Your job is to stay in alignment, to keep your heart open, to nourish your thoughts with love, to take gentle steps each day from a place of peace, not panic. Trust says, I am doing my part, and I believe the universe is doing the rest. To help this process, place your hand over your heart when you feel doubt creeping in and say softly to yourself, I release the need to know everything right now. I trust the timing of my life. I allow prosperity to unfold naturally. These words are medicine for the anxious mind. They soothe the nervous system. They clear space for miracles. You can also practice breathing with intention. Inhale deeply and say within, I welcome. Exhale slowly and say, I release. Welcome the support, the love, the abundance. Release the worry, the need to rush, the tight grip of control. Each breath becomes a prayer, a return to harmony. The more you practice this gentle release, the more you become a clear vessel through which good can flow. You stop chasing and begin attracting. You stop fearing and begin allowing. You become magnetic, not by effort, but by presence. Let life surprise you. Let blessings come from directions you didn't expect. Be open to new paths. Be willing to receive in forms that might look different than you imagined. Sometimes the answer comes not as a straight line, but as a graceful curve. And in that curve is magic. Now let us create something sacred and simple, a daily ritual of gratitude. Rituals are like spiritual anchors. They ground us in the present. They remind us of what matters. And when done with love, they become portals through which transformation enters. You don't need anything fancy, just a few quiet moments each day. You can light a candle if you wish, or sit by the window, or place your hands together in a gesture of peace. What matters most is the sincerity in your heart. Gratitude is not about how much you say, it's about how deeply you feel it. Each morning, begin by naming 3 things you are thankful for. Let your heart speak, not your mind. It could be the warmth of your bed, the air that fills your lungs, the chance to begin again. Then speak them aloud if you can, or whisper them like blessings. Feel their presence as you speak. Let them fill your being like gentle music. And in the evening, reflect on 3 moments that brought light to your day. Even if the day was hard, there is always a glimmer, a kind glance, a moment of rest, a comforting thought. By honoring those moments, you end the day with peace. You can even keep a small journal by your bed and write them down. This practice turns your focus toward the positive, even in the midst of challenge. It trains the mind to see through the lens of abundance, and what the mind sees, the heart follows. Over time, this ritual becomes more than a habit. It becomes a way of being. Gratitude stops being something you do and becomes who you are. You walk through life seeing the gift in each moment. You speak to others with more kindness. You treat yourself with more care. And from this vibration, prosperity multiplies. And now, dear one, as we bring all of this into your heart, let us reflect on the beauty of what is unfolding. You have begun to see with new eyes, to feel your worth again, to notice the blessings, to soften the grip of control, to trust. And through this shift, your life is changing. You may not see the full bloom yet, but the seeds are planted. The soil has been warmed by gratitude. The roots have taken hold in your belief, and the light of your attention is feeding them with love. Prosperity is not a faraway promise. It is a presence that grows every time you say thank you, every time you believe, even when it's hard, every time you choose love over fear. You will begin to notice small shifts, an idea that inspires you, a kind word that reaches you at the right time, a new opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations, signs that your energy is aligning, that your inner world is now a match to the abundance you seek. Let each small sign be celebrated. Let each blessing be acknowledged. Say, yes, I see you. Thank you. In this way, you keep the channel open. You let the flow continue, because the more you give thanks, the more you receive to be thankful for. That is the beautiful law of increase. And when challenges come, as they sometimes will, you will face them with new strength, because now you know you are not alone. You are supported by a loving universe. You are carried by your own growing light. You are no longer begging life to give you something. You are blessing life, and life is blessing you in return. You are walking in the energy of prosperity. You are moving with grace. You are becoming the source of your abundance. And that is the most powerful place to live from. So go gently forward, not with urgency, but with trust, not with fear, but with faith. Keep your heart open, keep your thoughts kind, keep your rituals sacred, and allow your life to unfold with the richness it was always meant to hold. Say softly to yourself now, I am grateful for all that I have. I am worthy of all that I desire. I trust in the flow of life. I am open to receive in peace and in joy. And so it is. You are loved, you are whole, and your prosperity has already begun.